Hi everyone, it's your girl 𝕼𝕨, and the topic of today is going to be a heavy one, so I'm just going to put a warning out there, trigger warning for anyone who's been through, um, chaotic relationships, difficult relationships. I will be talking about, well, kind of lightly talking about toxicity within relationships, borderline abusive relationships. So if that is a touchy subject, I will warn you right now. So this video is for the empaths, the scapegoats of the family, the chosen ones, the twin flames, because this is something that really gets me heated and really, I do admit I do have an emotional response to it because I find it so unhealthy and so it just feeds into the dark side of spirituality that is really damaging to people that have not built their own boundaries, who maybe were brought up in certain environments where they weren't allowed to have boundaries. Basically, people that have, gone through life kind of being, too nice to people. And that's who really gets affected on this journey when it comes to this particular part of the whole twin flame. Oh, it's unconditional love. They're doing this because they love you. They're mirroring what needs to be healed. Yes, I agree with that. I made a video on that. So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you watch it, where yes, they do mirror parts of you that need to be healed. Yes, they do trigger you in order for you to heal those parts of yourself. However, the way certain things are pandered in this whole twin flame arena is people are almost pushed, well, I'd say people that don't fully understand it are allowing people who they think are their soulmate or twin flame to treat them like absolute garbage. They're accepting toxic, borderline abusive behavior, and under the guise of, oh, they love me, they're doing this because they love me. I've heard of people on this journey, allowing their twin flame to do awful things to them and then going and getting married to someone else and then being like, oh, we'll still be together after all this. Hold up. You need to build some boundaries and you need to have some self-respect. Whether it's your twin flame or not, yes, they may love you unconditionally, but this journey, especially if you're an empath, I guarantee you have attracted a lot of unhealthy people to you, whether it's partners, whether it's friendships. It may have even been certain family members in your family who hold certain narcissistic traits. I don't like to use that word, but narcissistic traits, abusive traits, whatever it is, and cause you to really break your boundaries to the point that you may have none at all. And the twin flame is mirroring that. I don't care if it's Jesus himself. If somebody comes into your life and, claims that they love you and, you see the repeating numbers, the synchronicities, you have the telepathy, the psychic dreams, you dream of each other, you're talking to each other, like whatever it is, do not accept toxic behavior just because they're your twin flame or they're your soulmate. I don't care if you see their name everywhere you go, if you see their birthday everywhere you go, if you're experiencing telepathy every 2 seconds, do not accept toxic behavior. And I've seen people on this journey that get breadcrumbed from their twin flame or soulmate to the point that it is destroying their life. And I'm not putting the blame on the other person. I'm putting that, I'm not victim blaming either. But people really need to realize that this is not a fairy tale. And that's what I feel like I need to push in every video. This is not someone that you meet and you run off into the sunset. I'm sorry to burst that bubble. But this person is sent here to help you to heal, to trigger you in your deepest wounds. And if anything, that should not make you want to be with this person in that way at this particular time. Yes, you most likely, both of you have things that need to heal within you, but that is not the purpose of this journey is being with this person romantically, right? So, I admit I went through this journey and there was times where I thought that I met my twin flame and all the signs were there. Minus the kundalini, minus the heart opening, minus the throat chakra activation, like all that stuff. I saw repeating numbers like crazy. I heard their name, I saw their name, I saw the birthday numbers, like all that stuff that people talk about. I had the psychic dreams, but there was always something there that kind of, I noticed that my energy would be drained and certain things, like I just noticed that there was like a darkness to it, that it was more draining than adding, right? Obviously, the same thing can be said for twin flames once the whole honeymoon thing ends and it's time to end and move on, right? So I noticed on my own journey when I actually did meet my twin flame, by that point, I was like, I don't believe in this. Like, even though the kundalini happened, the throat chakra opened, the heart chakra, all the beautiful things that happen when you meet your twin flame. However, I noticed on my own journey when I started having really powerful meditations, I don't even really know how to describe it, but the energy just changed between us to the point where I was like, yeah, I don't think this is meant to go on any longer. And even Spirit said to me, like, I told you from the beginning, this was not meant to be a long relationship. You know, it was just meant to spark one another, have the Kundalini, and take that energy and really use it to your benefit, you know, to better the world in whatever way it is. So you really need to get in touch with self on this journey. It's not a, you know, you can go to, I'm going to definitely do a psychic video on this, by the way. I went to psychics during this who said, yes, this is your twin flame. And it was definitely a karmic. They even pulled the twin flame card. I saw it. So that does not confirm that they are your twin flame. So, you know, when it comes to this, you really need to go inward, and you really need to find that part of yourself that is screaming and saying, look, this isn't the person for you. I don't care if you see repeating numbers. I don't care if your heart chakra opens like to 3 sides, you know, grows in 3 sizes. Like, just because that all happened and suddenly they're being toxic to you, you should not put up with it. That is not something you should be putting up with. This is all a test from the universe. How many times have you met somebody who says, oh, all women are like this? Every woman I've dated is like this. Same with women who say, all men will be men. Men will be men. You have to take a little bit responsibility when things like that happen and say, look, something within that person that's toxic attracted them to you, and something toxic within them pulled you in, right? There's something within you that needs to heal if you keep attracting the same person. Because, you know, yeah, there's good and bad in the world and, you know, whatever, but the universe keeps sending you these people, sending you these things to say, wake up. You know, it's the whole thing with the twin flame. They're triggering you. They're doing toxic things. And you're just saying, oh, well, they're my twin flame. I got to love them unconditionally. I got to accept it. The universe is saying, wake up. It's getting your attention through all these things to say, wake up. You need to heal, and you need to really be your best version. Build those boundaries. I don't care who it is, what it is they have, or how they look. Do not accept toxic behavior. Do not let somebody walk all over you just because they're your twin flame or just because they're your soulmate. And I know this can be kind of hard to hear, and this is something that I needed to hear at one point on this journey as well. You know, so I'm saying this with love. I truly am, because I'd say this is probably the most painful thing that I've seen when I've really, you know, read into the whole twin flame, read other people's experience, watched videos on other people where they're accepting really unhealthy behavior just because they're the twin flame or just because they're the soulmate or whatever it is that they label as that person. They're accepting really unhealthy behavior, right? So I think that's it for this video. I really say this with love. The universe was really pushing me to make this today. So yeah, I say this with love. I love you guys so much. And I know this isn't an easy journey. It can be so lonely. It can be so painful. But I feel like when you really find that strength within you and you say, you know, whether it's with your twin flame or just a coworker who's treating you badly, and you really find that within yourself and you say, I'm worth so much more than this. I'm worth more than, you know, somebody being passive aggressive or, you know, saying rude things to me or doing all these things that are disrespectful. You are so much more than that. And I believe that the universe chose you because you're strong, you're smart, and you have a beautiful light that you need to shine into the world and not let somebody take it from you. So that is it for this video. I love you guys so much. Take care. Where is there?